When users create a new report on the ServiceNow platform, they can select either a table or a report source. Most people are familiar with the table option. This video covers how and why to use the report source option. When the data field specifies a table, the report creator must provide all the conditions for each report, even if many of the conditions are the same from one report to another. But a report source defines a standard set of conditions for querying a particular table, which can be reused. So when report creators base a report on a report source, they don't have to define those repetitive conditions in their reports. Think of a report source as a predefined dataset that serves as a baseline for the creation of reports. The report admin role is required to create report sources. Users with any role in the system can use report sources. The base system provides report sources for some common queries. A report source always consists of a table filtered by one or more conditions. For example, the Incidents Open report source pulls data from the incident table with the filter condition active is true. Clicking here lists all reports using this report source. Note that a report source can't be deleted if it's used by active reports. Let's look at one of these reports. Here, we see that there's no filter condition to make sure the report returns only active incidents. That's because the filter condition is in the report source, so it doesn't need to be in the report. It looks like the other reports based on this report source are for active incidents assigned to various groups. Suppose we wanted to create a new set of reports for assignment groups, showing active Priority 1 critical incidents. If we wanted that Priority 1 condition to apply to all of these reports, we could simply go into the Incidents Open report source and add another filter condition. But when a report source is revised, the changes are propagated to all reports based on that report source. We don't want these reports to change, so instead, let's create a new report source based on Incidents Open. We'll call it Incidents Open Critical. Here it is. Without adding the priority filter yet, let's test it by creating a new report from one of these existing ones. We'll rename it to reflect that it covers active critical incidents and insert it as a new report. Now we change the data value to point to our new report source. And when we run it, we get the same data we did with the original report exactly as expected. So let's save it and change our new report source to list only Priority 1 critical incidents. Now, when we run the report, we see that it lists only critical incidents. Our next steps would be to duplicate the other reports, change the report source to Incidents Open Critical, and share them all. If you have a report set up with conditions that might be needed in other reports, you can create a report source from it. For example, it would be useful to have a report source for active projects. Let's see if this existing report has the required conditions. Yes, it reports from the project table with the condition, State is work in progress. So we save it as a report source, give it a name and description, and submit it. Now it's available as a report source to anyone who wants to base a report on it. Report sources are important because they allow an organization to standardize on meaningful data filters that can be used to drive consistent measurement. If everyone uses the same data definitions, the reports themselves become consistent and meaningful. For more information, please consult our product documentation or knowledge base, or ask a question in the ServiceNow community.